still managing just fine, it seems. So the beadboard on this wall is up, but now so is all of the trim.
Exactly. Now, if you look under that overhang up there, you're going to see 2 large brackets and then a whole bunch of small ones.
Yep.
Now, because we've added on to the house, we don't have enough of those brackets.
Okay, and so those are corbels, and they're actually a key feature of an Italianate-style house. So you want to make sure that they go all the way around?
Yep. So what we're going to do is replicate some.
Nice.
All right, so let me show you what we have here. Now, this is one of the ones that we made for the small brackets, and they're actually made up of 4 individual pieces. We have this piece right here that actually runs down the whole length of the back, and the center block sits on it.
Yep.
And there's 1 piece on each side. Now, that gives you a shadow line, and it really defines the block.
Okay, and when you say the center block, it basically looks something like this?
Right. It's the center block that sits in the middle.
So it's typical that these would all be built up from smaller pieces.
Oh, yeah, that's how they cut them with a bandsaw or a jigsaw or whatever, and then glue them and nail them up.
Okay, and then with the big ones?
Now, the big one you can see is built up also. There's actually 5 different pieces.
Really?
Right? Now, that gives them a shadow line.
Oh, yeah, and actually, when you turn it around, that's very obvious, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there.
So now what I'm going to do is I've actually stripped the paint off of it, and I've ripped one apart. Now, this gives me a template that I can trace the thin piece and the thick piece.
And so at this point, it's just tracing and cutting?
That's right. I want to get started with the thick one. I'm using a stock 2x12 that I milled down to make it thinner. All right, now I have my 2 thick pieces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my template on top using the thick piece. Just like this. Line it up on the top and the back, making it even.
Good here.
Okay, now I'll just follow the outside edge with my pencil and trace it.
So sometimes, Tommy, we've made these out of foam or a composite material. Why'd you choose wood this time?
Well, if I was doing a whole house, I probably would do the composite or the foam. But because we only have 4 brackets to make, it's just as easy to make them out of wood. All right, there's our tracing for one. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to put the 2 pieces together with some screws. Now just cut it on my bandsaw. Now we need to cut the thin pieces, and for that we're going to use this 3/4 inch stock right here. Thickness is perfect. This is pre-primed pine. Starting with the thin piece, I just alternate the pieces, gluing and screwing them together. All right, now you can see how the thin pieces are narrower, creating a reveal when it meets the thick piece. All right, let's see how they look compared to the old one. There's the old one, and there's the new one.
Yeah, it was a pretty sweet match, Tommy. Good job. Tommy's made some great progress.